Hi everybody, welcome to Off-Road Ramble. I'm here interviewing Amy Millard. Hi Amy, how you doing?
Hello.
Thanks for
Wonderful.
taking time out of your day here to join us. So Amy, tell us what you're doing here today. You're doing something pretty cool today, right? What are you doing?
Today I'm picking up my race rig for the upcoming Rebelle Rally.
Awesome, right? So you're picking that up after it's all been prepped, and we're going to take a look at that in a bit.
Wonderful.
Right, so we're going to have a wander downstairs and check that out and see, have a look at all the differences and then the spec and stuff. So this is not your first Rebelle though, right?
It is.
Oh, it is your first one?
It is my first.
Okay,
yes,
right.
I'm a rookie this year.
Right, but you've kind of been around, there's lots of people around the dealership the last few weeks because Rebelle's up and coming. So you've been around that environment quite a bit, right? So that's kind of rubbed off on you, I guess.
It has rubbed off on me a little bit, yeah. We got our Grenadier about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And since then it's been full tilt boogie.
And to reiterate, that's your own truck, right?
Correct. That's my daily driver.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so you need to be careful with it, but not too careful.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm actually navigating, so my teammate Eliza Coleman will be driving.
So that's going to be an interesting dynamic.
I trust her completely.
Yeah. Well, she's a stunt lady, so she's pretty good. Yeah. And make sure she's not going to do any handbrake turns or shooting at people like she normally does. So, what attracted you towards Rebelle then?
I think I'm trying to think of where I first heard about the Rebelle. We got the Grenadier a year and a half ago. We took an off-road driving course, and then we took another off-road driving course, and then through Tony here at the dealership, we got introduced to Eliza, and then I had heard about the Rebelle just through rumblings, and she and I ended up deciding to go for it, to make a team and compete with it. I like it. It's map and compass navigation, so you can't use any GPS, and that old school vibe appeals to me a lot.
Yeah, and saying it's a race, I mean, it is a race. You are competing with other people, but it's not a race against the clock, is it? In other words, you're not sort of going hell for leather from A to B like it's a trophy truck or whatever.
Right. It's more of
or a rally stage.
A precision and accuracy test, if you will.
But lots of different terrain, right? So you're going to be in sand, mud, dirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Down in the Glamis sand dunes, Eliza and I just did a training up in Sand Mountain in Nevada to prepare for some sand dunes. I think, yes. Yeah. I think maybe 1,300 miles they covered last year. So a lot of different terrain in that many miles.
So talking to people like Eliza who've done it before, do you think you're going to do it again, or do you think,
I have no idea.
Hell no, I'm going to do that again?
I have no idea. The training leading up to it's been pretty involved, and I just don't know. I'm going to give it my best and see how the event goes, and then evaluate after that for sure.
Because people, I've spoken to a couple of people who've done it, and they're like, oh no, I'm not going to do another one. We've done like 2 of them, they're like, hell no.
Yeah, I think I read something.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it's hard work. It's not cheap. It's it's involved
physically and
mentally, financially, all the things. And I think I saw a statistic though that this last year that maybe 50% of the participants were return participants. So there must be something fun down out there.
Yeah, and it's, even though it's hard, it's probably quite a cool thing to do in terms of, self-determination and achievement, right? There's nothing else that you could, there's very little that generally compares to that on a normal everyday basis, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you get into the Grenadiers then? There's a bit of a story behind that, right? So how did you get into them as a vehicle?
We have a Sprinter van that we got here in Salt Lake, and when we were here at the dealership, we saw a buddy of ours had one back in Colorado, and we were like, what is that vehicle?
Yeah, most people's reaction, right?
Yes, what is that? Yeah. And so then he let us drive his around the neighborhood, and that led us back to this dealership where we got our van.
Okay.
And aesthetically, we just had to have one.
Yeah.
And then we learned about all the off-road capability of it. And then my husband ended up getting a Quartermaster, the truck version. So
we're in sitting over there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that you got 2 of them. And so now, when you're driving it around, you appreciate what everybody else is. Oh, what's that?
Oh, I love it.
What the hell's that thing?
I love it.
Is it Land Rover? Is it Mercedes? Whatever. Yeah.
I pull over everywhere because I see people looking and they want to know, and I want to talk to them about it.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. And it's nice that you have 2 of them. So Rebelle, when does that kick off then? When do we start?
October 8th.
October 8th.
It's the 8th through the 18th, and it kicks off in Mammoth, California. So pretty soon, with less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, physically, you doing any stuff like working out and stuff? Is it not that physically demanding?
No, I think it can definitely be physically demanding.
But I mean, are you preparing for that? Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I like to stay fit.
So, Amy, tell us about off-road then. So you'd never done any off-road driving before. Did you do a bit with the Sprinter van? I'm guessing a little bit, but probably not much.
Yeah, a little bit. I wouldn't say anything where we'd need any recovery gear or anything like that. Yeah, off-road driving in a vehicle is new since getting the Grenadier. Prior to that, we did a lot of mountain biking and hiking, a ton of hiking, a lot of dirt bike riding.
Yeah.
So off-road experience in other capacities, but the off-road driving is new since getting the
and I think
Grenadier.
the off-road, there's a lot of transferable skills with bikes.
Yes,
you know, dirt bikes, mountain bikes, whatever.
Balance, seeing the lines, absolutely.
Yeah, traction and momentum, for sure.
Yes.
So off-road driving, you said you've been out learning, like you're doing the sand stuff. Has that been quite a steep learning curve?
Absolutely. The first time my husband Tyler and I went to the Glamis Sand Dunes in December of last year, and I had sweaty palms and my eyes closed, I would say 50% of the time. Just
having your eyes closed is not a good start.
No, it's not a good start at all. And I'm like, oh man. But it was so good to do it with him first because I trust him implicitly. And so to just have that trust during the experience. And then when Eliza and I went, I think we met in St. George in January, had a little bit of sand, but then we ended up going back down to Glamis, I think in April. And so then I just had to get confidence in her and trust in her. Like I know on paper she's an excellent driver, but I need to feel that to feel safe. And so that I was about 25% hanging on to the handle and closing my eyes. And then we just did a sand mountain training in Nevada where there's a great sand dune opportunity up there. And I think I kept my eyes open the entire time, didn't grab the door once. So it's been good.
Because you have to kind of set your expectation right. So if you've only driven on the road, and for example, if you're not used to the noises and sensations.
And I'm not in control.
You associate it with not being in control, but it's not until you go out with somebody and you realize, and I mean, sand's another level, right? Because then it's a lot of that is momentum and understanding how when you've got the leeward side and the windward side and all of that sort of stuff. So it's very different from driving on the road anyway.
Absolutely.
But sand is that other level, because when we train you to drive off-road, it's like slow as possible, fast as necessary.
Absolutely.
And you go, okay, great. And then you get in the sand dunes, you go, actually, no, it's you use momentum.
Slow.
So it's a constant learning curve, right? Of doing all of this stuff. Yeah. Yes. And it's a skill that you can always have, right? You can, if you need to go off-road or drive in the snow, it's not going to disappear. It's like riding a bike, right? It's rather than just sitting on the road.
They've been great things to learn because this isn't a world that I had exposure to or found interest in at an early age, and just all of the skills from the recovery stuff to just driving in different terrains and spotting, and I mean it's really cool to have those skills in our back
a lot
pocket.
to learn, right?
So much to learn.
And you're doing it in the Grenadier, which is pretty cool. So what ultimately then with the Rebelle Rally, what do you expect to get out of it? I mean, I guess that's proportional to what you're going to put into it, which sounds like quite a lot. But
yes,
but what do you want to get out of it? Because you're a bit of a daredevil and you like to sort of push yourself, right?
Definitely, yeah. There's certainly the aspect of on paper, how did you finish? How did you do? Which is usually the typical response. But I think historically, I've always looked for growth opportunities really physically, and that was kind of like doing exclusively phically hard things, and then it kind of morphed into like yes, CrossFit stuff, running stuff, even like shooting competitions. Like there's like a physical component to that, and there's a lot of growth in that. Doing hard things physically that are about to break you and they don't break you. That's crazy growth in that. And then started to add like maybe some emotional side and some spiritual side. And this event there's a mental component from. There's just so much more going on.
Yeah, it's across the board, right? It's not just one.
Across the board, yes. So it's a massive growth opportunity for, 8 to 10 days of no contact with my better half that I'm joined at the hip with for most of the time. And that's a big deal on my heart and my head, to just be completely off grid and separated from him and just completely independent as working with a teammate that I know, but I don't know. I haven't known her since I was a child. You know, it's a newer relationship in life.
But yeah, maybe that's a good thing.
Oh, it's you never know. You never know. Yes. Yeah. So there's just so much opportunity for growth in that way, mentally, physically, emotionally. Yeah, all these skill sets that I've learned within a relatively recent amount of time to be able to implement them. And then there's the competition aspect. There's a whole, I think 65 teams is what I heard. So, you know, 130 ladies, there's that whole dynamic of a bunch of other teams. And yeah, it's big.
So I asked you earlier if you're going to do it again. I have a suspicion, having spoken to you now, that you probably will do it again. Yeah. I
mean, I think
you'll
there's
do it
something
again.
to this thing.
Yeah. I don't think you'll just do one. All right. Okay. Thanks for talking to us. Let's go down and check out your vehicle. So yeah, we'll go and have a look at Amy's truck.
Thank you, sir.
So hi guys, we're down in the workshop with Amy's vehicle. So Amy, talk us through, and again, this is your personal vehicle, right? So from the front here, tell us what you've done. How different is it from a stock Grenadier?
Yes, absolutely. The first thing that we did before Rebelle was even on the table, we put bigger wheels and tires on. We actually had put bigger tires on initially, and then we, through the Rebelle journey, met up with Torque Wheels, and they have been an amazing sponsor for us. They gave us some training wheels and tires, and now these are the race set. Their new beadlock. I think we're the second Grenadier to run with them. They had another Grenadier that did the Appalachian off-road race, and I guess they did really well. So
and these are KO2s, KO3s?
Threes, yes. BFG is coming clutch.
And then suspension.
Yes, we've got Evictus back there. We have the Evictus on our van.
Difference.
Yes. And after, knowing we knew, we believed in the product with the van, and now we've got it on this wagon version of the Grenadier, and then my husband also has the Evictus on his Quartermaster
as well. Yeah, it makes a big difference on the Sprinter vans, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've never driven one, but yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Yes.
Quite a cool sort of, what would you call that, a satin wrap?
Yes, we have this Grenadier is the Donny Gray, so I mean it looks black to me all day long.
Yeah, it's almost black, right? Yeah.
We had a glossy finish, and we did a matte wrap, just a matte finish initially at a place out of Colorado, and then for the race graphics, we used Lux Automotive here.
Yeah, which is pretty cool, isn't it? With
it's beautiful.
With the logo.
Yes. Yes, it's beautiful. And then other components. We've got the sliders on the side from Agile, and then underneath they also did skid plates. They did the front and rear diff covers down there, put a lot of legit hardware down there to keep us protected.
Yeah, and those are super substantial, aren't they? So you've got the sort of transmission and engine cover there, and the gas tank as well.
Yes.
Yeah, as well as the diff covers. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah. Yeah, it gives it a lot of protection, and it's not necessarily you're going to be going over boulders and rocks. It's just from debris and stuff, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I think Eliza's really good about picking her lines and taking really good care of stuff. But sometimes a rock rolls, or you don't see something, and so we just. I mean, this is my daily driver, so we want to also protect it a little more in depth.
But yeah, well, it's an investment as well. You've got to protect that. So talk us through the inside, because there's lots of Velcro and stuff going on in there. So tell us what that is then.
Oh yeah, I've got my stopwatches for our enduros. We kind of do time, speed, distance.
Yeah, which is really what the Rebelle's about, isn't it?
Yeah. And a calculator. We've got to do some math on the fly, and we've got our Terra Trip, which is our kind of our odometer. We've got our speedometer converted to kilometers, but the Terra Trip is how we measure our distance. And then, just some good dash covers. We'll put some seat covers on to protect the interior as best as we can.
Yeah, dust is a thing out there, right? Yeah, getting dust on everything.
So I hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe seat covers. I mean, you have got the cloth seat, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
We'll put some more seat covers on there.
And I noticed you've even got a cover over the transmission tunnel.
Yeah, gotta protect that guy too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's looking a little bit like a race car.
It's getting
some
there.
Spare oil in the footwell as well there.
Yeah, it's getting there.
All right, let's go around the back.
Wonderful.
Okay then, Amy, so talk us through this. So obviously I can see this is goose gear here. So you've, I'm assuming you've taken the rear seats out, right?
That's right. Yeah, this is Goose Gear. They're now out of Grand Junction, Colorado, and we did a rear seat delete. So we've got one flat level surface going from the back to the front, and this is a pull-out drawer system, and then that's a pull-out Dometic fridge over
Very
there.
cool.
Yeah, we've got cubbies up in the front and in the middle to be able to access underneath.
So lots of storage space up here.
Yes. Yeah. We initially had our Max Tracks up there, but now we're going to put those up on the roof racks because I'm a tall drink of water, so I'll be able to get those down. And then we're going to put our sleeping gear, our tents, and a few other things up there. So yeah, we're fine tuning.
It's a very, I think because it's a box, which a lot of people forget on cars, it's a very efficient space, right? Obviously.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, we're looking at the shelves behind us, and what shape are those boxes on the shelf? Well, they're box shape. So it kind of makes sense, right?
It makes the Tetris a little easier.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, getting stuff in spaces.
Yes.
So do you think this is going to be decent for you to live out of for the days you're on a Rebelle?
I mean, I think we're going to make it work for sure. I'm lucky to have Eliza as a veteran teammate, so it's not two rookies trying to figure it out. Like, she's learned a lot over the years of what to bring and what not to bring, and just to simplify and make easy the process.
So you're not sleeping in here, are you? You're sleeping in a tent, but you might sleep in here if the weather's a bit nasty, right?
I mean, in my rookie opinion, initially, that was what I was thinking with getting the completely flat surface with the seat delete, is that if we did have a crazy sandstorm, because I've definitely heard about those, and in my bones I feel a torrential rain coming. I can just feel it. It's been a rainy year. I think it could for sure happen. So having a sleeping surface to get out of the elements, I think would be lovely, but I just don't know if we're going to have so much gear that's just a pipe dream, you know?
I mean, worst case scenario, you could just sit in the front seats, right? It's not very comfortable to sleep, but it's better
It's a refuge from the wet.
or the sand, or both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I know you've got the windows for hanging stuff off as well.
Yes, yeah, we just added those this trip. I think we'll do some inside stuff just to keep it from the outside. Yeah, you know, to get snagged up on any narrow things.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, because a lot of people put that on the outside, don't they? Yeah, I don't know if that's coming out on camera, but that is actually on the inside. Yeah. I see what you mean.
We had them on not these, but a different version of panels on the outside, and that's where we had our fire extinguisher. And you can't have an exterior gas except.
That's part of the rules.
Yeah, part of the rules. You can't do that. So we had a roto packs of fuel on the outside, but we're gonna try to keep everything on the inside. Bring our fire extinguisher inside, and just bring it all in. So we're slim on the outside.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay then, guys, thanks for watching Off-Road Ramble again. You know, if you want to make some comments below, as long as they're nice ones, we'd be happy for that. So yeah, thanks Amy for showing us your vehicle and being interviewed. Thanks very much, and good luck with Rebelle.
Thank
Hope
you.
you do well.
It.
And we'll probably come and we won't interview you on the rally because you'll be all fed up and sweaty and miserable.
Busy.
Yeah, you're busy. Yeah. But we probably will interview you afterwards just to see how you got on and see what your sort of, post ideas about the Rebelle.
Absolutely.
As opposed to prior, especially this is your first one, right? Yes. So, fine, guys, thanks very much, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.